Thanks everybody for joining today's Opeonu-adapter-go call. Welcome everybody before thanks. And as usual, the call is public and recorded and will be shared on YouTube. So please be mindful of the comments that are made during the call. So I wanted to start off today with a prioritization list that I've put together. These are really things that I think are in order of priority, the ones we have to concentrate and work on very closely to get to the adapter into 2.6. We have about a month and some days, about a month and a week of development time to get, I would say, at least these elements in, especially also with the multi-tcont. That would be good, and possibly some of the MIB audit and TM stuff. So is this okay for everybody as sort of prioritization of things? Am I missing something really, really major?
Yes, I think you missed something that we should anyway put on the list. I think also as a high priority task. The issue is that the internal tech profile resource removal is not really done at the moment. So the GEM port and tcont removal is still an open story. And I think for some release status that must be, of course, included.
Do you know? Okay.
Yeah, at the moment is more or less is the assumption that always the same tech profile is configured without any change. If you make some dynamic changes to the system, of course, this does not hold in general. And if there should be a test changing the tech profile, then the test.
I mean, we could probably live. I wouldn't put it as high priority. We could probably live with the assumption, at least in the first release, that the tech profile is not changed. We can live with that assumption.
Mm-hmm.
So let me maybe put it as mid priority. Do you have a Jira story for this?
Oh, no, but I can have a look at that.
Yeah, so the tech profile removal, has significance, especially in the case of AT&T workflow. Say, for example, you have EA poll in the beginning.
Yeah.
And you have, tcont, alloc ID 1024 and gem port IDs 1024 through 1027 for gems. Mm-hmm. And once the default EA poll is removed, so there are no flows referencing any tcont or gem port. So the gem port and tcont is actually freed. And mm-hmm. when the subscriber flow is pushed again, the tcont and gem ports are created again. But you're not sure that the same alloc ID and gem ports are going to be allocated to the Opeonu adapter. It could be different. So if you don't clean up those alloc IDs and gem ports on the Opeonu, you could have some stale gem ports and ONUs on the Opeonu. So, well, it may not be too relevant for a workflow like DT, but AT&T you may have these kind of problems. For TT2, for Turk Telecom workflow 2, I don't see the problem where the flows are removed and re-added again. So for Turk Telecom and Deutsche Telekom, I don't really see this as a high priority item, but for AT&T, yes.
But if you regard it as some price,
this is also a high priority for Turk Telecom and DT cases, I think, because in any case, if you lost any connection with Opeonu or OLT, any restarts or unprovisioning cases, I mean, you you lose the old gem and T-con so in the system. So I think this is the case for the Türk Telekom and DT also.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. Sorry, I missed that.
Okay.
Right.
During the restarts, the old gems and T-cons are removed from the system. So the service is provisioned to the subscriber again with new gem ports and T-cons. So if you don't remove the old ones, then it's a problem.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So,
So the story is vol 3330.
Okay. So that's something that we have to work on. Okay.
Michael,
Let's.
you're saying something. Sorry, I missed.
Yeah, I just said the story number that is open, and yeah, I had nearly the same comment as I don't know who was speaking just right now. So for the deprovisioning and any error treatments where the flows and the profiles are removed and then reassigned, and I think we always have to expect that the internal resources have been changed, and that's why, yeah, we need this removal in general.
Okay, sounds good. I think that needs to be done then. Okay, let's go from the top. Michael, do you have any update on the enable, disable, soft reboot stuff?
Yes, I think I nearly finished that for the moment. I think I will, I'm not sure if this evening, but latest tomorrow, I will provide an according patch in Garrett. We still struggle with the according tests in respect of these changes, because internally there were some changes in the device reason treatment that were connected to this story. So Thorsten has already some active story and is already working on modifying our state test, robot test case, but it's not yet working. So if I put this change to Garrett tomorrow, maybe then, not maybe, I think then of course the actual regression test will fail because of the changed states. And then Thorsten has to deliver some update of the robot test case, but I hope that we will manage to get that also tomorrow running.
Okay, sounds good. What was the issue that you found?
No, it's remarked in the according story that the flow removal and let's say any configuration that is done in a certain device state where we are not able to transfer OMSI messages anymore had to be made safe. So if we know from the state of the device that we cannot send OMSI messages, then we have to react on that, and we can just clear the internal database, but we don't need to send data on OMSI for that, because in these states we expect that the only device itself either has rebooted or starts from new, so there's no need to make an OMSI configuration. In our case, if we try it on a real device, then the OMSI configuration probably fails, and that will have some errors in our state machines that are at the moment not, I think, not really covered.
Yep.
So and anyway, we had to introduce some more reasons, device reasons in the handling in accordance to the Python adapter code. where I've seen that in case of flow removal, a certain flow deleted state is given, and in the case of tag profile deletion, also an according delete success indication is given in the reason. So we had to update to that code as well. And that makes the problems at the moment in our according state tests.
Okay. Then I think we'll wait for your patch and the updated test from Torsten. I can also test this in an image, meaning when you have your patch, I can actually do some of the tests, run some of the tests that we run within ONF for this enable, disable, and when you soft reboot on BBSim and see how that goes and give you some feedback. Basically, what I'm talking is running this pipeline with a specific image. There's probably something going on here. I have to fix this, something in the queue. But in any case, whenever you have it, I can run this pipeline with your patches and see if that fixes the stuff we were seeing, or at least some of them. Okay, I can give an update on this one, the scale test, due to the meter issue not found. I did some investigation on it, and it seems that there is a timeout during meter installation. I have no idea how this could happen. It's possible that the core is stressed a little bit more by the Go adapter than it was by the Python adapter, and we have to see some timeout in there. I have not yet investigated precisely the timeout in the core. I'll probably do so either today, and I might enlist Girish's help on this. Because he knows the system down below a lot more better than I do. But long story short, it shouldn't be an issue of the adapter because even in constellations of like 8x8, I don't see that issue. I only see it in the scale cluster, so that's an interesting thing. And basically, what I see is an error in the ONOS logs that is let me see if I can find that. I wanted to I'll send it out to everybody, but it's a timeout on the meter installation. It's fairly reproducible. Every run of this job here, this one actually fails on that. And there was one particular one, the number 8, that I've run with debug logs, and that could probably help us debug some of the stuff. So that's something that it's on myself and most likely Girish to take a look at.
I'll spend some time today. See what's
thanks,
happening.
Girish. Again, most likely my take is that it's a failure in the core, and then the meter fails in ONOS, and we try to reinstall it, and we get into a very bad shape of things, and the flows don't get installed. So that's my thinking. I'll just update the link here. Okay. Any questions on this one? Okay. Holger, can you give us an update on the multiple ONUs with the etcd template? I saw you send us a message this morning. I copied the status that you sent out in the Jira story when Jira decided to load, which is this thing.
Yes. Well, I found out the reason for this behavior. And the reason is that the inter-adapter message ONU indication request for a certain ONU is arriving during startup before the adopt device RPC by the RW core. I had a look at the startup flowchart where you can see that probably this issue will only appear with the BBSIM, because with the real hardware we will have some interaction with the OLT adapter itself before the ONO indication request is sent. So probably by this timing at the real hardware, the correct order should be guaranteed. But with the BBSIM, we are running into situations where, as I said, where the ONO indication request comes before the ONO is announced, even announced with a adopted device RPC. So I worked on a possible solution, and now when I start up 64 ONUs simultaneously, 64 BBSIM ONUs simultaneously with MIP template and etcd, and I do not increase the log level or have a log level on warning, then everything is fine. But on log level debug, there's still issues. So the question is there a need to do anything probably to synchronize behavior of OLT and RW core, or can we live with it? And should I try to tackle this issue with a solution or with a workaround in the ONU adapter?
That's a very good question. I think that BBSIM should mimic the hardware workflow. But Girish, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, the desirable behavior is that we have, some predictable behavior. So one way to solve this is the adapter also get adopt device call from the core, and only when it has received that, it could send a ONU indication request towards the ONU adapter. Well, I don't know, it's just a thought. I mean, there could be multiple other ways of solving this. I don't know what thoughts other people have. But that would mean, changes in the core, changes, yeah.
The question is it worth the effort? Because in a real life, it would not happen, right, Girish?
I have not seen happening it on real hardware. So if you want to mimic something in the BBSIM, as you said, to mimic to reflect the real hardware, we can leave it now and work on other priority items.
But I've just looking at it's a flow chart, and there's an interaction, as I said, an interaction with the OLT, and then some interaction with the real hardware. So it's a question if some milliseconds delay would fit here, but just a question. Then BBSIM would be slowed down. I don't know. And actually, this with the solution I prepared, it is only happening with debug level or at with log level at debug. We have to decide what if it really worth making something there.
Yeah, the situation here is, Andre, according to your comment, you say that Opeonu-adapter should wait before sending ONU indication, but the case is there is a race there, because the ONU indication is sent by OLT adapter, but the adopt device is sent by RW core to ONU adapter. So because sometimes, I mean, BBSIM is so fast to give the response to activate event after Onu discovery. This sometimes happens because, as I said, the Onu indication is come from the OLT adapter, but the adapter device from the RW core. So, if I don't recall false, in Python Opeonu-adapter, if Python Opeonu-adapter receives this Onu indication and does not have a device handler created in it when the adapt device is received, it's say queue or make this message, this Onu indication message, wait a few seconds, then try to implement it again and run it again. So
this is also the solution we think on, or we prepare to postpone or wait, yes, for the adopt device RPC some milliseconds.
Yeah, I think this is also the solution in the Python adapter.
Actually, we don't have this solution in Python adapter, but we have this solution for some other scenario. But yes, I mean, it could apply to this case as well.
I would say that if it's a simple solution to implement, Holger, to hold this message and wait for an adopt device before acting on it, why not put it in? It could prevent us from race conditions in the future. It's if it's a simple fix. If you have to go and like change a lot of things, maybe don't do it. But if it's a simple fix that you can do with the minor code changes, I would say put it in.
That it is actually the fix is clear, but it is a matter of the length of the waiting time. If you wait too long, then you will hold the processing of the inter-adapter messages too long, probably. And if you wait too short, probably it is not enough.
Instead of waiting, can you use a list that gets from which we fetch upon receiving an adopt device call?
Okay, you mean some kind of intermediate memory where I store the ONU as the Onu indication request data.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, would also be a solution. The current solution is based on a select and channel communication when and there's some channel is listened to, and when the adopt device request arrives, then the channel is activated and then the processing is resumed. So, but okay, but also the list implementation would also be feasible, I think.
Yeah, I have some doubts about some list implementation because what is done here is because the only Onu indication is an inter-adapter message, and the inter-adapter message normally, in our case, as I understand, has to be responded to. And at the moment when we receive this inter-adapter message, we still do not know what kind of inter-adapter message it is. And at that level where we receive it, we also do not want to know what it is.
But then that would lead to the fact that you would answer positively, and later on you will probably have an error.
Yeah. So what happens then if you can't process that request accordingly, and so you have to generate an error, but you have no means to inform the system that something went wrong here. So there are some cases that are not that easy if you want to use such a
No, then
ask
you
him.
would to have to know even on the entry point at the ONU adapter that this is in particular ONU indication request and only deal this one. But as you said, by the cost losing potential error indications, right? You would positively answer this request, and later on probably you have an issue with this. It's a question: what is more worth?
Put a little delay then in.
Okay.
Fine. Just keep it small enough. Or maybe a retry or something based on a timeout, and just push a patch, and then we can take a look at that. And if it's not that bad, we can just merge it. Given the fact that we will not trigger that delay in the hardware case. Just make a check if the what we were saying before. Make a check if we already have the objects to handle that indication. Just go ahead and handle it.
Yeah,
if we don't,
that is guaranteed. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, if we don't, just put a little timeout in there and wait. That's fine by me. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Great. So this should be done also within a few days. I don't think it's a big major implementation, right?
No, it's not so much.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Odzge, can you give us an update on the multicast stuff that you're working on?
Hi, can you
Hello.
hear me?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. I created two other issue under my Mouthcast story. I don't remember task numbers, but I created this. I prepared a patch about creating Mouthcast gem on ONU when detecting is Mouthcast flag is enabled from the downstream gem list, but I didn't send this patch because I didn't terminate my local test. I hope I will send it soon.
Okay. And after that one,
I didn't hear you.
yeah, no, I was just saying, and that after that one, you're gonna go ahead and work on the where is it? Sorry, work on the final state machine for the multicast service.
No, but I read a code base for the create FSM to Mouthcast service, but I didn't prepare any patch about it.
Oh, okay. Okay. So after these two are done, what's the missing parts for the multicaster?
I'm not sure, but I know IGMT changes. IRE core have changes about the IGMT. I hope we just need to finish this story for Mouthcast.
Okay. Is there anything that you need from us? Any doubt you have about the implementation? Any question?
No, thank you.
Okay, sounds good. So let me do this. Okay, then we talk. Yes.
I want to say something about add new feature. Delayed ONU will be coding soon or long-term issue. Delayed ONU.
Oh, delete ONU. If this is a short-term or long-term stuff that we're gonna plan to work on, I do believe that is partially implemented. Holger, Michael, can you correct me if I'm wrong? I think we do have deletion capability.
Yes, we do.
Oh.
Because
And
that was a use case I have done here with this etcd test. I first made a test with 64 ONUs, bring them up, then delete all these 64 ONUs, let the Volta up and running, and then bring them up again.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's why the delete has to work.
Okay, thank you.
And the only missing thing for that is this tech profile removal, because on hardware we will fail that deletion unless don't clean it up properly. Is that correct?
I'm not sure, but if you delete or remove tech profiles, then we need to delete gem and free ticons and delete all pets on ONU. It is including delete extended VLAN rules.
No, I think the removal of the flows, the VLANs is done. I think this part, the tech profile removal and the free up of their location IDs and the gem ports is yet to be done. Michael, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, perfect. So I think that's okay. That's a fairly high priority. I think. Will you be able to work on it after you have done these issues?
So I don't know why you were asking for the delete story, and Holger mentioned that something is already done in this respect. But yeah, I think that the implementation of the delete device or delete ONU is not complete. Lately, Holger, we have also seen that the according device handler is not really removed. This is
now it will be when I submit the next patch.
Okay, with your changes it might be, but yeah.
The question of Andrea was there's already something working. So I don't wanted to state that it's completely everything done.
Okay. Yeah, but it's correct that in the delete device, if the system has no according preconditions for that, for instance, that first an disable device or something like that is always done. If you can make a delete device in any state of the ONU, then of course the according previous existing configuration must be removed from the ONU, and that must be ensured for the flows as well for the tech profile resources, and this is something that is still not done.
Okay, sounds good. So I think that's part of partially Holger's story, and then this tech profile removal, I think it's going to be included in that. So I think that's a fairly high priority too, especially tech profile removal. I mean, the actual device deletion is high priority, but I think it comes after the tech profile removal. Okay.
Michael,
Go ahead.
one question. During the delete device, wouldn't it be? Is it really necessary to remove one by one the configuration? I thought it would be done in probably with a MIP reset or something like this. I don't know what, or that it would be not the appropriate reaction, right, on the delete ONU.
I don't know. I haven't thought about it. So map reset would be perhaps some way to do it, but I think we also have to have a look at the Python adapter. How is it done there?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay, I don't think we have any update from Chip because he's on vacation, so we're gonna skip the unknown MEs thing. The multi-tcont, I don't think there is any update unless you guys have anything. Mahir, Burak, Ozge, I didn't work on this, and I don't know if anybody that is working on it.
I didn't work on this. So firstly, I need to create all features on this. I need to work a little on this issue.
Okay.
So what's that TT workflow on BBC?
Oh, that is just to support the Turk Telecom workflow on BBSIM, we need the multi-tcont.
But we already supporting Turk Telecom flow on BBC.
Yeah. That's maybe my bad phrasing. To have TT workflow. It means that we can run the tests that we have for the Turk Telecom workflow. It's just no. The BBSIM work is already done. It's just that we need to implement the multi-tcont support. Otherwise, your workflow will never work.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so maybe after some of the other elements are done, and maybe if me and Girish fix this one fairly soon, we might get to work on this one. Let's see how that goes. Okay. Anything else on? There is really nobody working on the MIB audit. That's something that if we have resources, we can pick up. I can give a little bit of an update on the ONU software update. There was some investigation that was done. Thanks a lot, by the way, Burak, for replying to the thread. There was some investigation that was done by Amit, and there's a document in here. I don't think we're gonna get this in 2.6 because it's a huge chunk of work that, and we have still a lot of things to do. But the analysis is here, and it's something that I know Amit will implement as soon as he has some time. So I think that's on him. If you guys are interested, just go peek at this 3052 story. There's a document in here that does some POC analysis that they done with the Python version, and then there's some projection with the Golang adapter and some summary stuff. So just go read it. If you have any comments, just throw them on, and we're gonna implement it as soon as we can. Any questions?
I want to say something to tech profile delete.
Yeah.
You say it's possibly MIP reset, but we cannot send MIP reset on ONU because TT workflow creates different paths to different services. So we just need to delete just our path. We cannot use me preset.
Yeah, Oscar, you are right concerning the tech profile deletion, but the remark from Holger was in respect to the device delete procedure. So if the device is deleted, then in my point of view, it is yeah, at least an option to use a MIP preset to clear all resources from the ONU.
Because in the case of
yes.
because in the case of device delete, it would basically then affect us to completely. It's going to be basically a new device whenever it comes back, so we can treat it as a new device. While with the tech profile removal, given that we could remove some parts and not the whole thing, we couldn't use a MIB reset. Okay, that works.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So Holger, you're gonna work on this and upload a patch after the ATCD one.
Yeah, I can do this.
Okay, perfect. The other issues, I think we're gonna get them whenever we get them, and when we finish this one, we can do the other ones. The prioritization, these ones. Does anybody feel strongly about having any of these JIRAs be part of 2.6? We can actually take a look at what they are, but.
I don't think PMs are that important.
Okay. Let's do this. Okay, sounds good. Perfect. Any update on the testing? I know you guys made the traffic pass on the Adtran setup. Is that right?
Yes, we have a SACOM own use, yeah, and also Adtran specific own use, and for both GPON based own use, and for both we saw traffic at our Adtran hardware testbed.
Great, that's wonderful.
But as already formulated, there was one change provided by Michael, where we are wondering why SACOM at your premises is working. But you said we shouldn't investigate further, right?
I mean, it passes on both of our hardwares, and Girish saw the traffic pass on the Alpha news, so I'm fairly confident it's a non-issue. Basically, we just announced it for more models, I guess. Honestly, I wouldn't waste too much time on it. Okay, so I think on the hardware front, I have to add another high priority for myself.
Andrea, one question. Have you already tested an XGS-PON ONU? Or
I was just about to say that Girish manually tested XGS-PON, but I want to add the DT workflow on XGS-PON, that then we can move to AT&T workflow when the tech profile removal is done.
Okay. Which type of ONU do you have for XGS-PON?
Alpha ONUs and Iskratels. We can use both. Girish, any suggestion on which one?
Oh, no, it does not matter. I mean, we have on one pod Iskratel, and on another pod we have Alpha, so it does not really matter.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, great. So anything else that we need to work on? At least not to the best of my knowledge, meaning that these things are the ones that we need to get done for 2.6. Some of these things might actually slip after, and I don't particularly care if these slip. Let's put it on might slip. That's fine. But I think the high priority and the mid priority are fundamental to get into 2.6. So let's get a push for those. Michael, I'm going to wait your patch here and test it whenever we can. And in the meantime, I'm going to try to set up the DT workflow on the XGS pod. We need to talk internally at ONF on which pod to do it, because the pods are fairly full right now, even though this, I might just do a sanity test like I did for the DT workflow in GPON. So it's a quick test, but I need to figure out where to do it. Okay. Anything else you guys wanted to discuss?
No.
Okay, then if not, Girish, go ahead.
No, I said no.
Were you? Okay. So if not, let's get 10 minutes back, and let's meet again next week to see the status of things. Let's keep us posted on the work and what's going on, and everybody has his own action items, so we can work on those. Thanks, everybody. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.